My first fire alarm project was an animal hospital on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And when I first got the job, I was like, damn, how am I going to buy this fire alarm equipment? So in this video, I'm going to break down the exact steps I took to get $100,000 in vendor credit so I was able to complete my first fire alarm install. But before we get into that, I want you to download my vendor guide cheat sheet to give you the steps you need to take to actually secure $100,000 in vendor credit, where you need to go, the applications you need to apply, and who you need to apply to, and how much you need to request in order for you to get up to that $100,000. Now, the vendor guide is only step 5 within the fire alarm business blueprint. Inside of the fire alarm business blueprint is 9 steps to help you form your fire alarm business and actually secure your first client. If you don't know by now, my name is Anthony Richardson. I'm a fire alarm expert, and I started out about 25 years ago over at FireQuench. Since then, I worked with a lot of the big companies and got certified on panels like Simplex, Edwards, Kitty, Software House, and S2. I knew in order for me to make money in this business, I had to separate myself from everybody else. In 2017 is when I got my fire alarm license and I formed Secured Securities. I thought since I was a good technician, I could just do business easily. But in that same summer is when everything came crashing down. 401k exhausted out. Me, my wife, and my kids almost got evicted out the crib, so I didn't know what to do. So I turned to YouTube to try to find out if I could help my business. And what I found that there was only really 3 things that was actually preventing me from actually growing my business. And the first one was, I thought since I was a good technician that I was able to do business as well. I had to read a book called The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. I had to figure out how to work on my business rather than working in my business. So once I started to learn those steps, I started to actually make money within my business. Then the second thing was the hardest thing for me to do, and that was to create a marketing plan and a marketing strategy, execute it, and actually do it consistently. Once I was able to do that, it started to get clear on how I can position myself to speak to my audience. And the third thing was I actually had to learn my products. I had to really learn the security products and the fire alarm products in order for me to say my message clearly to the audience so that way they could say, hey, yes, he has a solution for me. So within all the hustling and learning, I was still making a little bit of change from Thumbtack, Home Advisor, and also Angie's List. So as long as I was collecting leads, I was still able to make a little bit of money. But I came across an ad from New York City, and they was giving out free business workshop. I go to register, get inside this workshop. Then I found out about minority certification. At the time, I couldn't apply because I was still not even a year in business. So after that first year, I applied. We fast forward all the way to now. I have over 20 GCs, 20 electricians where we just throw work back and forth. Any fire alarm and security projects, they're calling me to do the work. Any electrical projects, I'm calling them to do the work. So we have a network of resources that we help each other. So inside of the fire alarm business blueprint, you're going to have the same exact access to those same exact resources to help you within your fire alarm business. So some of the starting vendors that you can start out with, especially as soon as you get your license, is ADI. ADI is a great place to start with. They have all the low voltage security, cameras, card access, home automations, anything you could ask for is inside of ADI. The second one is you could register for Honeywell. They have tons of free training on their site, whether it be fire alarm, card access, burglar alarm, or CCTV. You can learn all you need to learn on the Honeywell website. And the third one is Wesco and Nixta. They are another great resource. It's different from ADI because ADI sell Honeywell, Nixta sells NAPCO. So they have similar products, but they work with 2 different alarm company brands. So don't forget to download the 1-page vendor guide cheat sheet. This will give you the vendors you need to apply for, how much you need to ask for in order for you to get approved up to $100,000 in vendor credit. Each one of these vendors have technical support and training that you can sign up for, register to get further support on any of the products that you buy, you or your customers buy, so that way you can have the back-end support to help you solve any problems any of your customers are having. You can minimize your risk because these are trustworthy vendors. When you buy equipment from them, you either get 45 or 60 days to pay them back. You could return it at any given time. Everything is seamless. If you have a problem, they find the solution right away for you. So you can always have a solution for your customers because they don't never leave you hanging out there, especially when you sign up with the right vendors. So the first step is once you register, let's say with ADI, you're going to register your account with ADI. You're going to open up a business account with ADI, and you're going to fill out that application to request for $25,000 of vendor credit. Anything $25,000 or less, you do not have to show your social security number, or you don't have to personally guarantee it. it. If you want above $25,000, then you're going to have to personally guarantee that credit. But anything less than $25,000 off the jump, you can get that straight up with ADI. Here's what the ADI application look like. This is the face page right here. You're going to select the types of services that you want, rather it be fire alarm, burglar alarm, home automation, security, whatever it is that you want to do, you check those boxes off. On the next page is going to be the credit application and some more information that you're going to have to fill out. There's where you're going to request for the $25,000. And finally, you want to make sure you sign the agreement and put the date that you're actually signing it. And once you do that, you submit it off to their credit department, wait for their reply back and see if they give you an ADI account. More than likely, you will get an ADI account, but if you get approved for the credit or not, that's another step. So to secure $100,000, all you need is really 4 companies to work with. But the thing that I did was I made sure I was able to get enough network of vendor resources so that way I can get the materials that I need at any given time. One supplier may not have it, but the other will. So one of the ways you can expand your network is through applying for Snap AV or Snap One. They are also partnered with ADI, but then they have another side of business where they come with the home automation, where they come with the network security. They have a very good, robust infrastructure when it comes to training you on network security and IP cameras. So 3 of the vendors that we work with, Snap AV, Nelly Security, and also Walter Kitty. So Snap AV, like I said, it has a robust program when it comes to networking and IP cameras. Nelly Security also sell IP cameras, but the good thing about that, you could put your branded logo on each and every one of their cameras, or the selected cameras that you could put your branded logos on, and also NVRs. And also if you want to download like the PDF worksheets, the materials that come with the NVRs and cameras, you could also brand those with your branded logo. So you can use Nelly Security and brand your own security equipment and sell that to the public. And Walter Kitty, there is where you can fill out the application to get your Kitty system. If you want to sell the VS1 panels or the VS4 panels, you will have to fill out the application for the Kitty systems. Most of these vendors have 60 days payment terms. So when you get a request from your client or you get your deposit from your client, you could either pay all of your material right there in full, or you could pay it in half. However you decide to do it, just make sure you pay off all of your equipment within the 60 days. You can break it up or you can pay it in full. We like to pay our material outright in front, so that way we could always request material anytime we need it at any given dollar amount. We don't never want to mess up our relationship with our vendors. If you continuously make late payments, even though they're giving you 2 months to make the payment, they're going to cut your account off and they're going to send you the collection. You can be late, not saying that you should be late, but they will definitely work with you because they understand the construction business. Sometimes clients don't pay. Sometimes it takes 90 days to get paid. 105 days, they will actually work with you. But if it's 6 months, if it's a year, they're going to cut you off and send you out the credit. So make sure it's clear communication between you and your vendors, or you and your credit rep, whoever it is you contact with, so that way you can have an open channel of communication. They can keep your account open and you can make your payments on time or catch up, or however you need to do it to make sure you maintain that relationship. So you can also get discounts and extended warranties. So let's say if you have a big project, you can usually get 3% straight off the top, actually putting your price together. But if you have a large project, you could actually put that project in an Excel spreadsheet that they will give you, send that up, and you can get further discounts on your materials. So regardless of what you charge in the customer, you still knocking off the dealer price, so that way you can pay less at the dealer and then still make more money from the customer. Working with these vendors build trust. Once you complete an install, you can request a manufacturer certificate and send that straight to the client, so that way they can see that the equipment you bought is valid, it came straight from the manufacturer, and here go the warranty information. So that way you just secure them how they feel, knowing that their system is actually protected for 3 or 5 years. And one thing I noticed, people only buy from people who they trust. So it doesn't matter what your cost is when you're actually bidding out your projects. And what I noticed is people buy from people who they trust. So if you get in your equipment from reliable vendors, and when something happens, it's damaged, and you could get it replaced right away, your customer will trust you and they will have no problem giving you the money anytime you ask for it. So I want you to download this vendor guide homework so you can know what vendors you need to apply for, how to apply for them, and what amounts you should be asking for each one of these vendors. So I want to step back a bit and let you know that this is only step 5 of the Fire Alarm Business Blueprint. The vendor guide is there to help you secure up to $100,000 in vendor credit. So don't forget, I'll leave the link in the description so you can download it. I want to congratulate you for staying all the way to the end. If you made it this far, thank you very much. This is the vendor guide portion of the course of the Fire Alarm Business Blueprint. I hope you understand the types of vendors you need to reach out to, how to fill out the application, and where to actually send these applications off to get that $25,000 from each one of these vendors. So I am Anthony Richardson, the fire alarm expert, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.